Have you ever wondered how a website really works? Today I'm going to be showing you exactly how websites work. So come on, let's jump right into it. Hello guys, and welcome to Software Dev Premier, where I do my best to bring you guys valuable content on software development and entrepreneurship. So if that sounds like something you'd like, then make sure to hit the red subscribe button so you never miss any of my videos. In case you don't know me, my name is Onoriode, and today we're going to be looking at websites and exactly how they work. I believe at some point in time you must have wondered how websites work behind the scene, because personally I did. According to Internet Life Stats, there are about 200 million active websites in the world right now. And considering the fact that these numbers are going to go up, it's important that you learn how these things work. So, to understand how websites really work, we're going to look at what websites are, where they are stored, and how they show up on our devices. I mean, doesn't that get you confused when you think about it? To begin with, what are websites? A website is a collection of files which are written in a markup language called HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. A website also includes many other files like CSS files, JavaScript files, videos, images, audios, and many others. But all these files are all included in the HTML file that makes up the website, which makes the HTML file the building block of the website. Now, websites aren't really as complicated as they seem. At the end of the day, just remember that websites are just collections of several files. So why don't we ever see these codes when we open a website? Well, that's where browsers come in. Browsers are simply software applications that help us gain access to information on the internet. And yes, you know several browsers of your own. What this browser does here is it helps us decode these HTML codes and converts them into these beautifully designed user interfaces, texts, audios, videos, and many others that we see. Now, this brings us to the second section of this video, which is where are websites stored? Websites are actually stored in hardware or software computers called web servers. A web server is a powerful computer without screens and keyboards. Web servers are used for storing data, which in most cases happen to be websites. They are actually called servers because of what they do. They serve files to users whenever they request for them. Now let's imagine that you'd like to open an office for a business just starting. In order for you to open this office, you'd need to rent a space on the ground, right? Which may be an apartment or a small room which can accommodate your business. Well, it's exactly the same with websites, except that the space you rent isn't on the ground, it's on the servers. This therefore means every website needs a home, and this home is the server. Most of these web servers are owned by companies called web hosting companies. These companies provide web servers as services where you pay just like rent to store your website. It's almost impossible to talk about web servers without talking about IP addresses. All web servers have addresses called IP addresses. IP stands for Internet Protocol. Don't worry, I promise not to make this video too technical, so that's as far as we go with IP addresses. Great. Now we know that websites are made up of files called HTML files, which are stored in web servers. The interesting question becomes, how do websites show up on our devices like our phones and computers if truly they are being stored in web servers? Now, this part is a bit complicated, but just stay with me. To explain this, I'd like to walk you through the process of opening a website on your device. When you look up websites, you usually use their domain names. In case you don't know what a domain name is, it's basically everything after the www on your website link or URL, which you type into the search bar of the browser. Examples of domain names are google.com, youtube.com, and many others. The domain name is simply like an address, which we understand, and it's used to communicate with the servers. So how this entire process works is, when you type in a domain name into a browser and click on search, the browser starts to search for the server containing the files that make up the website having that domain name. And since servers have IP addresses, it becomes relatively easy for the browsers to locate them. When the browser eventually finds the server containing our files for the website, it immediately grabs it, decodes all the HTML codes, and converts them into the beautiful website we see at last. So in a nutshell, it's safe to say servers store our websites and domain names help us find them. There you go guys, exactly how a website works behind the scenes. I'd love to know your opinions on websites. Do you have a website? If you do, then drop the link in the comment section below. I'd love to check it out. Make sure to drop a like on this video if it was helpful. If you would love to take your software development and entrepreneurship skills to the very next level, then start by smashing that red subscribe button so you never miss any of these videos. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.